Hi everybody, today I have a haul for you, which I promised in my last video. It's for these Modern Library editions of Shakespeare. Modern Library teamed up with the Royal Shakespeare Company, that's their logo, Modern Library, to make these really pretty and really useful editions of Shakespeare plays. For example, here's Hamlet, and let's be honest, I picked this up because it was beautiful. But when I checked what it had to offer, it is not only the play, but it has an introduction about the text, key facts, textual notes, second quarto passages that do not appear in the folio, and a scene-by-scene analysis, which is kind of like the No Fear Shakespeare that SparkNotes does, but instead of it being line by line, literally it's more general by the scene. But it's got, a whole table of contents of resources, which I thought was cool because I was at Barnes & Noble. I saw that Penguin has a pelican, I guess, imprint or line that they have that is for Shakespeare and maybe for plays in general. But it was literally just the play. It didn't have all these extra resources to offer. So I decided to go with the Modern Library editions, which are prettier anyway. But each cover has a relevant picture on the front. So I've read Hamlet like 3 times by now, so I should know exactly what this is supposed to be, but I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming it's King Hamlet's ghost because I think he appeared in armor at least once, but I'm not completely sure. But here's Hamlet. I just can't think of any other reason other than, everybody else is off fighting while Hamlet's at home talking to himself. Then there's Othello, which has this beautiful boat on it because Othello does some sailing in his time. Then here's Romeo and Juliet. I did not know it was gonna come ex libris, basically, from someone else's library. Not from someone else's library, but from a library. And if I try to take these off, it rips the cover. So I'll keep it for now because I need it for a class. But if I ever decide to complete this collection, they have almost all Shakespeare's plays in these editions. So if I decide to complete my collection and get all of them, I guess then I'll get a better version, a better copy of Romeo and Juliet. But for now, it's not a big deal. Then here is Macbeth and the dagger. I won't spoil anything if you haven't read Macbeth, but this is the dagger. Well, maybe it's not the dagger, but it's a dagger. This one is actually 2 in 1. It's Titus Andronicus and Timon of Athens. I haven't read either, so I have no idea what this has to do with anything. It kind of looks like a Greek structure from Athens, maybe. But there she is. And finally, here is Cymbeline, which I thought was a woman because I'm so ignorant that I haven't read enough Shakespeare at all. But it's actually King Cymbeline. And I hope it's pronounced Cymbeline, because then I'll look even more ignorant if it's not. So since I haven't read it, I have no idea what this has to do with anything. This would have been a nice one for Hamlet as well. But there you go. I also went to a thrift store and to Goodwill. From the thrift store, I found just a mass market paperback called The Summoner by Gail Z. Martin. Book 1 of the Chronicles of the Necromancer. That is the only reason I picked it up, because it said Necromancer on it. And the back sounds like a cool kind of revenge story. It's like the main character's brother kills their father and usurps the throne, and so the brother has to try to bring peace back to the kingdom. Or not the brother, but the main character. Then I found a really crappy copy of Native American Humor by Walter Blair. Oh, this is actually a University of Chicago book. The University of Chicago published this, apparently. I have not flipped through it yet because I thought really no matter what it is, I'm kind of interested to have it in my collection. So I don't know if this is going to be white people thinking they're funny about Native Americans, or if this is a genuine collection of Native American funny folk tales, because if that's the case, I have a book of Native American mythology and legends and folk tales and stuff like that, so this would be great to have alongside that. I'm going to be a little disappointed but not surprised if it's just tasteless jokes about Native Americans. Then I found this, one of those like middle school library editions, like hardback editions of Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. And I've been wanting to read this for a while, but it was never one of those things where I, went to Barnes & Noble and splurged on it. So I was really happy to find a copy of this. Then from Goodwill, I found American Pastoral by Philip Roth. Apparently won the Pulitzer Prize. Whenever I find a book when I'm out and about, I will look it up on Goodreads and see if anybody I'm friends with has read it. And there were a couple people I'm friends with who've read this and rated it highly. So I don't know much about it, but it's just one of those things. Like when I find something at Goodwill or a thrift store for fairly cheap, and if some of my friends rate it so highly, I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try. Then I found Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I just watched the movie for the first time the other day and really liked it. And there's someone on here on BookTube, Cosette Fauchelevent, but she changed her name to her real name, I think, and I can't remember what it is, but she's so lovely, and she does lots of LGBTQ kind of videos and book recommendations, but I cannot remember. I'll put it in the description. You should definitely check her out. She hasn't made videos in a while, but if you go look at the videos she's made in the past, they're really great. And she seemed to really like this book. And so, with it being so highly revered, obviously I wanted to read it anyway, but I'm not crazy about this edition. I don't even know who the publisher is. Dalmatian Press Classics. And last from Goodwill, I found this edition of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which Max from Well Done Books can't speak highly enough of, so I was excited to find a copy of this. And lastly, I ordered a book for the BookTube SFF Awards. I'm currently reading A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, but up next I will be reading The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Erica from Erica Rayable just posted a review of this if you want to know right now how much she enjoyed it. If not, you can tune in until I finish it and maybe see what I think about it. But it's kind of long, but what science fiction and fantasy book isn't? There's an appendix, wow. It's 450 pages. But I love long books, honestly, so I'm really excited about this because I've heard a lot of people speak very highly. I think I hear the most and the best things about this book, followed by A Darker Shade of Magic, followed by Uprooted. And those are 3 of the maybe 4 nominations for the best novel. I can't remember if there's another one, but this is one of them. So I'm really excited to get to this. And that's it for my very first book haul. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would love it if you subscribed and liked this video. Leave a comment if you've read any of these. Let me know which ones I need to get to as soon as possible. I should mention that I got Macbeth, Romeo Juliet, Othello, and Hamlet all from Abe Books. King Lear is also on its way. I actually forgot that. But you get the point. It's got a pretty picture on the front, a pretty spine. It's going to be a pretty color, and it's got great resources in it. I got them from Abe Books. I got all 5 for $20. That's plus tax, free shipping. So definitely, if you're looking for something in particular, I would recommend checking out Abe Books before going to Barnes & Noble. Or I looked on Book Outlet. Book Outlet's prices couldn't beat A books for these specific books. Maybe, you know, it might not be the case for every book you want, but I would definitely recommend giving them a shot because, like I said, they were the cheapest I could find them and they were free shipping. And they're in pretty good condition because I really don't mind having my books written in because it feels like someone's already done the hard work for me and underlined all the important things. So I don't mind that at all, but if the library sticker really bugs you or if you hate, you know, anything that's not brand new, you might not get as good of a price, but still worth a try. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching.